To get into the dating after separation or after divorce scene, you were married before.
Yes, I was.
And you separated. How soon is too soon to start dating after a separation?
I started dating straight away.
How did all this impact your mental health?
It is truly an individual process. Personally, I was ready to move on, and you have to be at peace with yourself. Whatever you do, don't remain single. Don't let someone else's high beam overshadow yours.
Welcome to Tranquil Dialogue, where peaceful, candid, and entertaining conversations take place. We're your hosts,
Jen
and Atel. And today we're having an interesting episode on dating after separation. And the focus is more on dating after separation when you've been married, so divorce. And really just a bit of statistics. So with divorce, a significant number of people do repartner once they've divorced. And for men, they do start dating shortly after divorce or after separating. But for women, it's about 40% of women do repartner within 2 years. Men could start earlier. Men do it maybe a lot more long-term compared to women. But we do know it can be quite difficult and challenging to get back into the dating scene. Once you've been divorced, you've been hitched for a long time. Now it's time to, maybe retest the waters or find someone new, because a lot of people do want to get back into a relationship, even though the first or second or whatever number may not work out. And today we do have an amazing guest with us today, and she is Sheila Abaklawa Samuels, and she's here to talk to us about dating after separation. And she's the CEO of Better Care Direct. She's a nurse, a registered nurse, and most of all, she's a mother, so which could create, again, some sort of complications when you're trying to get back into the dating scene. So Sheila, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Really, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be on this show. And yeah, I hope today we're gonna have some amazing conversations.
Definitely. Can't wait to hear what you have to share with our audience and everyone, listeners out there. So to get into the dating after separation or after divorce scene, you were married before.
Yes, I was.
And you separated.
Yes, I did.
And now about 3 years ago,
yes,
you got off the market. You've been married for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So what has that process been like? So how soon is too soon to start dating after a separation?
Like I said, thank you again for inviting me to the show. And hopefully this discussion will help or support other people in the same process. I was first married for 14 years, where I had 3 children. In the first 10 years of the relationship, it was great. Honestly, it was amazing. We were busy having children, traveling around, studying at the same time. So a lot of the times you don't see the issues with it, with the relationship. However, when I started picking up issues, the kids were growing, and there was a certain way that I wanted us to raise our children. And fast forward, it sort of wasn't working out. We went through counseling, tried quite a few different things, separate vacations, doing things with our friends here and there. But I strongly believe that it was the mindset behind the things that we were doing. Now, I decided I wanted a divorce, unfortunately. Because, like I said, I was a certain way I wanted the kids to grow up, and I wanted to do the right things for them. And I didn't want to wake up one day and say to myself, my goodness, I should have. I didn't want to hold on to any regrets. So when I made that move, it wasn't easy. Honestly, sometimes you make up your mind and you just go through with it, but there's always the guilt at the back of your head. And you have to be strong and know exactly what you want, otherwise you find yourself falling back again. Moved on with it. Now, I started dating straight away.
Oh, right after separation?
I started dating straight away.
But not while you were still in the relationship?
No, I never did that, because that is classified as cheating, and I am not a fan of cheating at all. So once I finished with my marriage, I wasn't divorced yet, because as you know, people who have been through divorce will know it is a very long process. And I wasn't holding my life, putting my life on hold to wait for divorce process to come through. I was already at peace with myself, and I wanted to move on because my kids were growing beautifully, and I was seeing what was going on, and I was asking myself, what about me? And I didn't want to fall behind, and I didn't want to get old in the process. So I moved on straight away. It took me a year, and then I met someone, and we've been together 13 years now. We were married 3 years ago, and it's been amazing since.
How can you tell then if you're ready to move on, to start dating again?
It is truly an individual process. So personally, I was ready to move on. And you have to be at peace with yourself. The things that you didn't like in the previous relationship, you need to overcome them. It is so important, and I always say, the mind is a powerful tool. You are the CEO of your mind. You can direct it where you want it to go. So however you want to drive your life, you have to work it out in your head first. And I'm a risk taker. I'm a good risk taker. I don't just do things blindly. I have weighed all my options, and I have not educated my kids, but I have told them what was gonna happen. So they were not blown away when they see me with another man, or, you know, they know that mom needs to move. And I was young still. I wanted nice things to happen to me. And I wanted to spend, you know, good quality of my life with somebody who truly appreciates what I have to bring to the table. So, I started dating, you know, straight after a year.
What was it like then with the kids? Like, speaking to them, that so you, when you say you told them, you prepared them that you were going to go into the dating market?
Yes, I did.
And how did they take that? Because they must have been young then.
They were still pretty young. My youngest was 2, so she didn't quite understand. My oldest was 9 at that time, and he was just happy, having fun. So it wasn't a matter of trying to pick who a dad is, who their dad is, who, you know, where they go or what they don't do. It was all about getting along. So whoever came in my life, I'm not asking you necessarily to love my kids, but you need to get along with all of us. We have to come to a mutual ground where, you know, the kids know that, okay, you know, Uncle XYZ comes around and Dad picks us up, or Dad comes around, but our dad is our dad and XYZ is our uncle. And, you know, in African tradition, when someone is older than you, you don't just call them by their names. You always have to respect that. And my children know that, you know, they were brought up with morals and values. So they always call my friends aunties, uncles, not necessarily are they uncles and aunties, but yeah.
That's great. So obviously it's a challenge at some point. What was your biggest fear before you decided to let go, or after you let go, before you got into that dating scene? What was your biggest fear?
Honestly, I didn't have any fears. I was ready, and I made up my mind. I said to myself, if this doesn't work, I'm moving on. I'm not gonna stick around and cry about it, and just, if it doesn't work, if in an event that my kids shift and it wasn't working with them, okay, then I know that this is not good enough. In an event that the man I was dating, there's any glitches anywhere, I know that, okay, you know what, this is not gonna work, because I am bringing these children from a trauma and then introducing them to another trauma. Was the reason why I left the first trauma anyway? There was no reason. So I made up my mind. That's what I always say. And when I speak to young ladies, I always go back, or I link it up back to the mind. It's a powerful tool. You need to think. You need to have lots and lots of examples, not your own experiences or your own examples. Read, listen to other people. You know, go on podcasts, things like this, or inspirational speakers. Learn different, you know, real life people telling real life stories. I always say something else, again, I say something else. life experiences, it's not like cancer. When your mom's got cancer, you know definitely you're gonna get one, and definitely the sister's gonna get it, and definitely the brother's gonna get it.
Could be passed down.
So that's right. This is life we are living. You can't premeditate it. You can't pre-organize it. The only thing you can pre-organize is your mind, and let it suit the situation that you find yourself in. And I've always made it clear with my children, right up to today. Now they are even older. They know what mom is like, and they know how we grew up together, and they know how comfortable I am with things. And if I'm not, I'm very, very straightforward, and I'm very honest, and I'm very prompt, and I know what to do in that instant. I eliminate it.
You mentioned something really interesting earlier, trauma.
Yeah.
You don't want to take the kids from one family trauma or family dynamic to another.
That's right.
So, but of course, those traumatic experiences do stay with you. You do have those emotional baggages. Yeah. So how do you deal with that, or learn not to carry? Or did you think you carried some into that new relationship, or the person you were with brought their own trauma into this relationship as well?
Like I said, I was ready. My mindset, I was ready, and I was ready to deal with any situation that comes along with that relationship. Now, I completely understand the other person that I'm dating will bring in their own trauma. I am there to support. Your traumas cannot be my trauma. Your fears, your weaknesses cannot be mine. I can offer help and support. I can be there to usher you through your journey, but it shouldn't necessarily affect mine and affect my children. So I've always built a barrier to that. So that's how I deal with things. And my mindset is very, very intact on what I want and how I want to do it, how I want to execute. So I plan ahead. Like I said, I don't premeditate, but I do plan. Because when you make a mistake, it's a mistake. Yeah. It is what it is. You can't get an eraser and erase and say, oh, okay, I'll rewrite it. No.
Let me rewrite my future and my past, yeah.
It doesn't work like that, and especially when you have children involved. And you would know, those who have, 2, 3, 4 children, you have 2 or 3 children, all with the same parents, all raised under the same roof, but different characters.
Always, yeah.
So what child 1 will take for granted, child 2 might not. However, I respect that. Can we meet at a mutual ground where we all know that drinking water is put in a cup and drunk, and not you don't go to the tap and do kind of thing? There are things that are just general knowledge or general to everyone.
So how did you handle then, coming from that past relationship to the new one? How did you handle comparing? Did you ever, or do you think people really compare the old partner to the new partner?
I had qualities that I was looking for in a person. I did, and I knew that's the kind of person that I wanted to support me raise my children. In turn, don't just come and pour your support on me, but we will support each other. And I'm very open. Anybody who knows me knows that I am very open, supporting and helping and embracing it. At the same time, linking it to the reason why we started in the first instance. So my partner that I met, he's amazing. He's, baby, I love you so much. You know what?
You're making some of us want to love.
Yes, no, he is truly, truly amazing. And I know I'm not an easy person to work with or to deal with, because I'm strong in the head. I have my own opinions, and I know what I want. Sometimes I can see that this is gonna work. It only requires this little amount of time to put in, whereas some people cannot see. I'm so strong in the mind, and it works for me. Now, when my partner, when he came into the relationship, we had a conversation. We didn't have it 1 time or 2 times. We had it many different times. And so he understood my style of raising my children, and not dismissing their dad, but I wanted to be very strong on morals and values with them, and just instill some cultural grounds in the children. And my ex-husband wasn't a big fan of that. It was, for him it was just, okay, I made it a point. I was very intentional about it. So I explained that to my new partner, and I'm like, this is the journey. However, you are not missing in this journey. You are welcome to join this journey, this beautiful journey. And you know what? It will work. I'm like, trust the process. Trust me. I will make it work. So and I told him, I said, look, be friendly. Please don't come and play daddy's role here. Don't. They've got their own dad. So you are not a dad. You are the uncle. In an event, I spoke to the children. I'm like, uncle is uncle. Yeah? Dad is dad. This is mom. Okay?
I love that.
So you need to know the difference. You truly need to. If you can tell mom to get out of your face, that's fine. I know how to do it. You don't ever tell uncle to get out of your face. He might not take it that way because you are not his child. He might take offense to it, that you are being disrespectful.
Exactly.
Personally, I'll not look at it as being disrespectful. I'll look at it like, oh, I'll give you a minute to think. I'll come back to you.
You said you're very intentional. With your new relationship, it's not like I'm going to get someone to be a stepdad for my kids.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get somebody for me.
Yes.
These children already have their dad.
They do.
And they are well looked after and everything. There are people out there, including me. I know your weapon of mass destruction sent against me today. Yes. I've always found it really hard to, to date or find someone, because the first thing that comes to mind is my kids, you know. I remember when my son was 6 years old, I sat down with him and I was like, what do you think if mom gets a boyfriend? He started crying and he started giving me his reasons at that young age. Well, if mom gets a boyfriend right now, that means I'll see my dad less. Like very valid reasons. And then my daughter is like, oh, okay. That sounds good. That means I get to have two dads. I'm like, hey, you don't get to have two dads. So that statement from my son has hindered a lot of things from me. And on top of that, if I'm to find someone, I want to find someone for me. Once somebody starts like, oh, how are the kids? How are these? That's not the place you're going to enter into my heart, because they have their father, who is a present father, who looks after them. How would you tell a lady out there who has the same views like me, who's scared of introducing someone to their children?
I will tell you how I did mine and how it worked. I don't know how other people want to tackle it.
Beautiful.
But this is how I invested love and confidence in my children, first of all. I truly did that. I made them know the value of love, affection, relationship with mom, relationship with dad. And once I knew that we have arrived at that destination, it was time for me to take care of me. Because at the end of the day, these children will grow and they'll be gone. And one thing I always said, and please don't laugh, I always said to myself, I don't want to get old, otherwise I'll find myself an old man. I didn't want an old man. I want to date while I'm still young so I can find a young man.
Yeah.
Yes. So I didn't want to waste time. So I looked at myself. Sheila, where would you want to be in the next 5 years? Your kids will be teenagers, not necessarily the youngest one. And I don't love being alone. I love company.
Yeah.
I've got a happy aura about myself, and I love that, and I want to share it with somebody. So I became a little bit selfish, like it is about me here. I didn't ask permission from my children to date again.
So that means I have to be selfish.
You have to be selfish. At the same time, invest in love. Love is huge. Seriously. Can you imagine you got 4 or 5 children, you love them all the same? How big is your heart? You got plenty of love there.
True.
That you can shift some around the place. So, once I invested that love and I showed them, they could come to me, get in my bed, we all get under the blankets, we read, we travel, we were doing so many things together. Introducing somebody else in the relationship, they were already sufficient. And that person saw the culture that we had within the family. It was just easy for them to just, to just blend in. So that was good. And, like I'll say, to anybody out there who is, just holding back in dating because of their children, invest that love, maturity. And they're still children, but maturity for self and pouring it into the children. make them know that you are there. And I was always there for my children. I worked. Anybody who knows me knows how hard I work, but I always had my kids. And that's another thing I did. I really didn't make friends, because when you have friends, this is what I say to myself. When I was married, I made friends with married women. A single person will never understand what you go through with having children in your married home. They want to go out. Friday night is here, Saturday night. Can we go on a cruise together? Can we go to Sydney for a party? Can we do this? And these are things you just can't get up and do. So your values should match someone else who is sort of living the lifestyle that you are living. It makes it a lot easier. And when you start shifting, when you start moving on, it just blends in very well. So you don't get that distraction. And so you pour that energy into the kids. And when the next person comes to you and they see your lifestyle and they see how happy you are, there's no room for distraction here.
Some people might think about what society will say as well. And how did you cope with that? I mean, there is
interesting one.
Yes, there is two families here. There is community, society,
That's
people,
right,
eyes looking left, right, and how did you cope with the judgment?
You know what? This is good you brought that topic up. Society makes you or break you.
Yeah.
We say we don't care what people say. That's a lie. You care. You listen. When you hear some of those, it sort of shifts you a little bit, like, oh, really? You know, you go home and you think about it. Yeah, yeah. Well, you're like, oh, we don't care. We're strong. No, you're not. When it comes to that, you listen. However, it's up to an extent you want to listen. They're not living your life. Exactly. You know what? I truly remember I heard someone was saying, oh, she's married. She's got a husband and she's got a boyfriend. Oh.
Like, did you not have been separated?
My goodness, how possible is that? You know, like I heard the stories and none of them were true. But of course, I'm like, it didn't affect me to shift, but I'm like, ooh, so people are thinking.
That means you're very attractive, the fact that you can...
I tell you!
You can actually parade two men at the same time.
Who
you know?
wants to take that? Oh, I'm the boyfriend, the husband is that one.
Are you from the Shanti tribe?
No, I'm not.
No, okay.
I'm not.
That's say that.
Yeah, so that was a rumor that was going around for a very, very long time. And the reason why it went around for a long time was I didn't make things public to people. And again, my children, you know, I just wanted to protect them somehow, not all of it, but somehow from all the, you know, the little talks that might go around. So all of a sudden, people see me in the community with a new man, and I'm going, this is my partner, this is my partner. And they're like, oh, she's got a husband, and she's got a boyfriend at the same time. It was just going around. And I'm thinking, that's all right, you know. Let them just keep smelling the coffee. It's all good, smells good. Let them just, but I knew that wasn't right. So of course, community can make you, society can shape you, or they can break you. And however they were looking at me, I was very, very much ready in my head. My brains were ready to move forward. So whatever people said didn't really bother me. And I remember people were saying, oh, why do you want to go out with her? She's got 3 children. You want to take that burden on yourself? You want to take that, you know?
Stigma.
Yeah, you know, you ready to play a stepdad role? You know, what the hell were you doing that for? You know, you can find a woman without any children and, you know, X, Y, Z and da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, I used to hear that, oh, you know, she's smart. She'll use your ass, you know? She'll take all your money, you know? Yeah, all of those came about. And then people came to me and like, do you realize he's got 10, 15 children in the community? What do you want to go out with someone like that for? And I'm thinking, okay, so this was the beginning of probably the first 2 years of our relationship. And honestly, I thought people were going to be happy. I didn't realize, I was very naive about that perspective of people. So I made a decision, block everybody off. I don't want to hear it. Whatever mistake is there, if it's a murderer, He's a burglar. Can I find out for myself?
Beautiful.
I'm not stupid. I will know. I don't need you telling me. I don't need you telling me he's got 15 children. I'll find out. I'll know. Why would I want to listen to you when the person you're talking about is with me and I can ask him and he will tell me? But I'm not doing that and I'm listening to you. I think that is very, pardon my language, but I think that would be very foolish of anybody to listen to that. Have your own experience and have your own advantages and disadvantages. Weigh it and see how you can meet in the middle, because we all come with baggages. So can we meet halfway? Without me changing you, without you changing me, like your behaviors, can you minimize them?
Yeah.
Now you know that you're with somebody and we can make a life together.
Definitely. Yeah, I love the fact that you invested in yourself and was very confident and prepared. Yeah, of course, you have to. Yeah, to have that confidence and to move on within that 2-year statistics of 40% of women. But then at the same time, it worked for you, which is great because you've been with the same partner for 13 years. But for some, they're not so lucky where they meet someone and they introduce a new person and a new person to their children. How does that work? Because for a lot of people, when you could meet 2-3 people 3-4 years down the road, you're still looking, right? So within a year of meeting this person, you introduce your children and obviously eventually got married. But for some, they're not so lucky. How do you think that usually plays out?
You know what? You use the word luck. I don't think it's luck. You've got to work it. Like I said, first of all, you have to know what you want. What do you want in a man? If it's the good looks you want, tall, nice, beard, the imperial,
the perfect package.
Yeah. If that is what you're looking for, you have to know. And we shouldn't be naive. We shouldn't be as though we don't know what's going on. You should know that men like that, they come with baggages.
But some people have really bad judgment of character, not by choice, not intentional, but I just look at you, you seem like a great person, and again, we're dating, you've come across as wonderful, but then even in marriage, you could marry someone 5 years down the road, you're still getting to know them, and then you introduce them to your kids, life is happening, and then something changes.
I'll tell you, this is what happened when in the first probably 3 years of our relationship, I saw the friction, and I quite remember very vividly, my partner at that time, who is my husband now, said to my son, let's go and get a haircut. And he was like, you're not my dad. Okay, so we stop right there. We need to have a conversation. We all know that's not your dad, but there's a better way of putting it without,
getting
hard feelings. So what I developed was frequent meetings at the dining table. So 3 kids plus myself and my husband today. So that was my partner before. We all pour out our feelings. How do you want this to work? How do you want this to work? What do you want to see? And we wrote them down. In the course of the week, Sheila, this is what you need to do to support the family grow, to the stage. Aki, Koyo, me, Ben, we all had it, and we put it on the fridge. So it was there, and we kept ticking them. So after 4 weeks, we come back to the table, we pull that, we have another meeting, and we talk about it. It's just getting along. That's all it is.
That's a great technique.
Yes, and we still do that. So today, we still do it. We still have those meetings. Because, goodness me, I've got 2 teenagers at home. And a 22-year-old who is probably another teenager, maybe. Oh, please don't punish me. I didn't say that if you're listening to this. But we still do these meetings. We still get together and we talk about it. And
those meetings are very, very important because I started doing those meetings when my kids were very young, like 2 and 4. Yeah. They're really, really good.
Write the goals and put them on the fridge. And make them bold and put little boxes and just tick them slowly. And, they go back and reflect. And it changes things. Even if it doesn't change, it minimizes it. So we can all live harmony. It's really important.
Communication is key,
Yes,
isn't it?
It truly is key. And the things that children cannot see, that we the adults see, but we cannot get it in their heads. Let's write it down. Let's break it down into tiny little, pieces that they can just comprehend. Take them off one at a time. By the time we realize it's 5 years, hooray! We already know each other. We're already used to each other now. It's great, and it just works. And every stage, even ourselves, stages of development. So our life development comes in stages, and we have to deal with it. So you incorporate all those in. So that's how we manage to deal with it. Meetings, little meetings.
Constant,
frequent communication. And those meetings were called because everybody had a voice. And we compared everything else. And we had a cheat sheet for everyone. And
maybe, I don't know what position you were at, but for a lot of women, and sometimes the reason they don't separate or get divorced is finances. So how did finance play a role in terms of before making that decision to separate, or shared responsibility after you separated and when you started dating as well? Because you mentioned studying in that process. Yes. For example, did it mean you had to wait until you were stable on your feet before you moved on or moved forward? So yeah, just give us a bit of a background on that.
I'm a hustler. And I still am a hustler. I worked hard before I made those decisions to separate. I knew what things cost, I knew everything. And honestly, when I was living with my ex-husband, I didn't have to pay for anything. Electricity, water bill, mortgage, everything was paid. Car, everything was paid for. Actually, I was living such a financial luxury, and that's the honest truth. I mean, it doesn't happen today. You need two people to come together to do this. So yeah, I mean, I'm talking about maybe 20 years ago, maybe 24, 23 years ago. By the time I decided I wanted to leave, I've worked out how I was going to manage the children. Like I mentioned, my youngest was 2 years old. And I'm a registered nurse, so of course I was a nurse at that time. I decided I was going to pick up night shifts. So night duty, so during the day, I'm there. I'm wide awake, I'm involved. We're going to games, we're doing all the things. Nighttime, when they sleep, I go to work.
So they weren't staying with their father?
No, they weren't. So because of my style of bringing up the children, I made it a conscious decision to actually have the children as long as I could. And he didn't dispute that for a long time. He sort of went along with it. So that made it a lot easier for me as well. So, and of course I had 3 children. I was on Centrelink, family support, what do you call it? Welfare benefit. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not ashamed to say that. I was on it for quite some time until I was truly able to get on my feet properly. And then I decided it's time now. I can let that go.
Well, that's very inspiring for any single mother out there, or someone, it's okay, but don't just get stuck there.
Yes, no, that truly worked for me. I believe I was on Social Security support for a good 6 or 7 years.
That's why they're there, right? To support us as we need them.
And once I was ready, they could go to school and come home and fend for themselves. I was like, that's it, I'm done. This is gonna go. We're gonna live a better life. We're gonna go traveling. We're gonna do things that family, that the norm does as families. This is what we're gonna do. So I did, and God knows how long I've been I haven't been on Social Security. It's been such a long time, I don't even know where it is anymore. But yes, so that's the conscious decision that I made. So financially, I was partially secured because I worked. And then I did night shifts for 10 years. Those who knows me knew that I was the night shift queen for 10 good years. And I got out of it. When my kids grew, I was like, okay, that's enough now. We're gonna move on. We're gonna achieve better things. We're gonna achieve better goals. I'm gonna make sure that my kids get what they need and what they want, and
And obviously during all that process, how did all this impact your mental health, impact your well-being, or that of your kids, or even their dad, anyone involved, all the stakeholders involved?
Just for the record of it, I never had child support. I never ever asked for child support from my ex-husband.
That's a very smart move, by the way.
Yeah, and the reason why I never did that was I wanted him to have a very good relationship with the children.
Did you have 50-50 custody then?
No, we didn't. It's more like 70-30, because I wanted the kids more, and I wanted all these things for the kids, and I'm like, I don't care what you say or what you do, which was a little bit selfish of me, but today he really appreciates that. He said, you did a great job. I didn't understand what you were trying to do, but now I clearly get it, and thank you so much. And he does. If he's watching this, he can attest to it. When you have child support from the men, they think
that money is enough.
You know, you get your nails done. Oh, it's my money. You go to the movies. It is my money. And on top
so
of that,
true.
yeah. They think their money is that's what takes care of you and everything else. And
but how much is that money?
Imagine, but in their heads, even if it's $10, that is what makes you who you are. And at that time, I was also dating. So, and it wasn't even that. I just was focusing on his relationship with the children without having an obstacle. Yeah. Oh, I gave your mom this much money. Why haven't you had your hair done? Why haven't you had a haircut? Or your mom takes so much money. Like, I didn't want that.
And he didn't offer?
No, he didn't. The only thing I said was, look, when they need some school shoes, and which was my son, he needed, like, you know, trainers every week. You know, if you know little kids, teenagers, or you know, 10, 9, 8-year-old kids. So I'm like, just support with that, because they're pretty expensive. I'm like, just get him those when you take them out, that's all. And he did. And that was all I asked. And just have relationship. Pick them up, take them out, do nice things with them, let them see the nice side of you, because I'm not saying anything, but enjoy them as a dad. That's all I'm asking. The rest, we'll talk about that after. But can we let them grow in this beautiful, you know, what we call life journey? Yeah. You know? So that was the plan. And it did work. And I also will say, you need to be strong and intentional about the positive things that you want to implement. And don't let anybody deem that confidence or someone will tell you, oh, where have you ever seen this done? You know, can you imagine 3 children on child support? I'll be, you know, but that wasn't my focus at all. And people said, oh, why? Goodness me, no child support? How are you managing? Like, that was just minor. Truly, it was minor in my life. So, you know, just be strong about it and let the kids understand. They have sponge brains. Whatever we put in there is what they're going to absorb. So can we instill some positive and good things? The world will teach them anyway. Yeah. They don't have to learn it. They don't have to learn the stressful, traumatic life process from home. The world is there. It's like a huge rat nest out there. They fall into it, everybody will just, but then they will take this goodness with them, and they will also share with other people. And it's really important. So time for you to start dating.
I'm telling you.
And it is your choice, not your children's choice.
I'm telling you, you're the weapon of mass destruction sent against me.
Don't get old in the process. Otherwise you find yourself an old man. Nothing wrong with old men.
As long as it functions.
Oh, Lord have mercy. The functionality is not a problem. There's always
as long as he's still,
we can put fertilizer underneath. There's lots of things we can do to jack it up and get it moving.
Nurse on top of that, you're a nurse, so that part,
we can make it work. So don't wait. Find some happiness for you. You know, and honestly, today, as we speak, I travel with my husband a lot. Like we travel a lot. Anybody who knows us knows that we always going somewhere. And I'm like, so if I had not made that move, 15 years ago, met my husband after a year or so, I would still probably be miserable. And I'll carry that trauma with me. And what would I do? Pass it on to my children. And also, I didn't want the kids to grow up and think that, oh, mom divorced, so what? She never remarried. That's fine. If I don't get married, that's okay. No.
So some of the fears that we are because our kids are so young, you don't want to damage their brain. You've raised your kids in so much love. Even when you said, okay, it's time for me to step out and, find some happiness for myself, they were okay with it. But some of us were so we show that love, we've poured so much love into our children that you feel if you bring another person into that space, they might end up hating you or hating the other person.
Then the parent is the problem. Honestly speaking, when a child starts walking, they will fall, they will get up, they will walk, they will fall, they'll hold on to things. Give them a short time, they'll get a grab of it and they'll move. This is how it is. Let them fall, let them get up. Support them, take them to the movies, get that ice cream, whatever they want, talk to them, be around them, be available, but pursue your life as well. I know I'm saying it in a way that I'm just saying it, but when you put it into practice, look, I was in the uni first year, I had my first child in uni, I had my first child in first year, second child in third year. And I graduated.
Cute. Yeah.
I did uni for 3 years, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and I graduated with 2 children.
Oh, wow.
And I went ahead and did my master's, and I had a child during my master's. So, it is possible. You can. Just tune your brains around a tiny little bit and just say to yourself, yes, I can. Just have that positive affirmation about every step you take. When the negatives come, just look at it and say, oh, it's you again. I'm not ready for you. I'm moving. And that will stop. It's like an antidote. That will just stop and you will just keep moving. But if you continue to think, oh, how? Oh my God. Maybe not. Oh, should I? That will follow you. And even when the good man comes around, you will not recognize it.
Yeah.
You will not recognize this good man, and it will just slip out of your hand. And that's how you said, how many times can you introduce men to your children? You just need to know what you want. What kind of man you want. The rest, fix it. I wanted someone I could get along with. Someone who, I love dance, I love music, I love eating, I love drinking. I want someone like that. We will fix the rest. If it's anger problem you have, don't worry, we'll go through therapy. We can fix that one.
What if I'm not willing to go through therapy?
Oh, you will we'll find something else. we will find something else.
Oh my God.
Yeah, of course. There's not one way of getting to a destination.
Not the traditional way of I sit on a couch and
there's not one way. We can work around, we can find a way. And whatever makes you upset, can we try and minimize that? If I'm the problem, of course I'm always in your face. You can't get rid of me. But can something tick in your head to tell you that because I'm always in your face, there's no way you can get rid of me? So that anger's gonna go down, and it will go down. It is only the brains we're working with. It's not robots. So we need to just work it in a way that just a little tweak here and there, it just does the trick.
You just covered the last bit. I was going to ask you a question on, so what advice would you give someone re-entering the dating world after years of marriage? But I think, you talked about, opening up your mind and preparing yourself. Was there anything else you wanted to add to anyone listening to this today?
For anyone listening to this today, guys, whatever you do, don't remain single. Don't let someone else's high beam overshadow yours. Just let them walk past, but don't remain single. It's really nice to have a partner, someone to share your life with, someone to go through that process and have a conversation with, gossip with, and I love my gossip. My husband is my gossip partner, and we just get along well. So just find that niche, just find that within yourself and tell yourself, this is how I want it. You are the CEO of your life. However you want it, whoever comes into it, they're working with you. They will, but you have to be reasonable enough. You truly have to be.
Most of the single moms don't want to have more children. That could be another reason.
Okay, this is
why
as well.
They don't want to get into a relationship, or they try to be like, okay, you know what, this person wants more kids, I don't want kids, or left, right, center. You assess all that. So
this is
they
what
do
I said.
have a reason.
So this is what I said to myself. One, I didn't want to have any more children, and there's a certain type of man that I wanted. So when I met my husband today, I put the cards on the table. I said, bro, if you want any more kids, I'm not the woman for you. And I was strong about that. I didn't want to go through that process anymore. I've been there, done that. I'm tired. I want to live a life. I told him straight, if you want children, if you do not have children, I am not the woman for you. So we can quit this right this minute. And 2, 3, 4 years down the track, don't come to us, oh, I was thinking we could have one child, because it will not work. Those flooding gates are closed. We came to an understanding with that, but that wasn't a one-day conversation as well. Because when you're in love with somebody, what everybody wants to see is your offspring. Like, oh, what will our children look like? Look, you'll be as grown as you can be, but you still have that little girl, little boy in you that you wanted to come out. So when that situation comes up, oh, my claws and my antenna just wakes up. I'm like, I told you, no children. And like I said, I was strong about it. That's why you just need to know what you want and how you want it. And I knew I couldn't go through that mental ordeal raising children. I couldn't do it anymore. I knew within my strength that wasn't part of mine. It was just a little weakness that I'll fail at it. I gave my children my all, and that's it. And even till today, I continue to give them my all. And so if there's any hiccups along the line, I'm like, hey, you know what? I don't hold back. I don't hold any regrets. I did my absolute fantastic with you guys. So it is just you, really. And you need to just find that little thing that makes you you, and don't make it my problem. It really isn't my problem. It's your problem, really.
I like that. I like that confidence.
And Sheila, I call you Aunt Sheila. You really, really blessed us today, and we feel humbled to have you.
I feel more humbled to be here.
And we hope you can visit us anytime.
Just
You're
call
more than
upon
welcome.
me. Just call upon me. Yes.
We definitely hope to host you again on another episode. That would be great. But thank you so much for visiting us today. Before we end, we usually ask all our guests one question.
Yes. What brings you peace?
It's not a lot of things, and it's not just the one thing as well. Knowing that I am at peace with myself, my innermost self. My children are good, my husband's good, my family, my immediate people around me are good. That's enough. And that is on the side. But what truly brings me peace, really, because you have that deep down emotions that you can touch or someone else can touch, and that just flares you. It's the fact that I've got a lovely bed that I sleep in. And you know what, people, that is so important. Make sure where you rest your head every night is extremely comfortable.
That's privileged,
honestly,
not everyone
it's gonna
gets
be
that.
comfortable. And once it's comfortable, you will not believe how much sleep you will get. And that's what brings me peace. Can you imagine? I rushed to go home.
I love this because everybody has something unique that brings them peace. So this is the first time I'm hearing someone saying, my bed brings me peace. There are those who say, my pillow. They carry that pillow everywhere.
No, my bed. And you know what? When I go to work, sometimes I just want to go home. Honestly, I don't want to go anywhere else.
Home is around the corner.
As soon as I go home and I do everything in the kitchen, in the lounge with the kids, we've done, I just want to get in my bed. And while I'm there, then I can start doing other things. And that just gives me such peace of mind, such tranquil, mindset that,
beautiful.
Okay, husband, do you want to fight? Bring it. Now we can fight.
I'm ready for you.
I'm ready.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you all very much out there for watching and coming all the way to the end, or watching all the way to the end. Another episode of Tranquil Dialogue, which is dating after separation. Sheila, we really loved having you here, and I know everyone watching this would feel blessed that they've learned so much from you and your experience. So
thank you.
Thank you
and
very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.